shot time.
Oh boy!
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Learning Trick Shots. This is a load of fun. Today, guys, we have a pretty simple trick shot for you. Setup's a little more complicated than the ones we've done in the past, but overall the execution is pretty simple. With that said, let's go ahead and get into it. This will be the final one that I have as far as the quarter series. So let's go ahead and get into that, and let's show you guys what we're talking about. So we'll fade this in, pause it so it doesn't give anything away. And what we're looking at here is what we call the buried treasure trick shot. All right. Like I said, setup is kind of complicated. However, it's pretty simple once you actually look and get into it and whatnot. It takes a little more time to kind of set up, but it's all good. All right, so let's get into this. So obviously what we're going to be doing is putting the cue ball on the head spot at the end of the table. Then we're going to be putting the 1, the 4, or whatever ball you want to use right here. That 4 ball is sitting on the foot spot, i.e. where the head ball goes on the rack when you're playing a regular game. Then you want to put another ball directly behind it to where it's touching, but you want to put it on at least 1 cube of chalk, all right? And then the third ball is going to go on 2 blocks of chalk. And again, they're going to be basically touching with their edges, edge to edge there. And then the fourth ball in the process is going to go with either 3 or 4 blocks of chalk. What's going to make the difference on this one is going to be the height of your shot glass. If you have a pretty tall shot glass, then you're going to need a 4th cube of chalk. If you have one of the shorter shot glasses, then you can get away with only 3 cubes of chalk under that 4th ball. Now on the 4th ball, if you notice, that's where your quarter's going to go. You want to rest that right up on top of the object ball, and you want it right in the center. Right, because anywhere else other than up at the exact center of that object ball, the quarter's going to slide off on you. Then you want to put your shot glass in there, and you want to have a little bit of a gap between that stack of 4 chalk and the edge of your shot glass. The reason for that is because when you execute this, the 12 ball is going to come off kind of more in this direction, and there's a high probability, most likely, you're going to hit this 5th object ball in the process. So that 5th one, you want stacked just high enough to where it puts the middle point of this 5th object ball even with the top of the shot glass. Now, the purpose for that is basically just to keep, in this case, the 12 ball from going too far and knocking the shot glass over, right? because essentially what's going to happen with this is, and why it's called the buried treasure, is because you want the quarter to go in the shot glass and you want the 12 ball to come to a rest on top of the shot glass, thus burying the quarter in the shot glass. All right. Now, all of this is in a straight line. All right. If you look at the diagram here, you'll see it's in a straight line from the middle diamond on the short rail straight through to the other center middle diamond on the short rail at the opposite end of the table. The whole thing is just a straight line. All right. The execution of this is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. However, it's a little tricky to actually execute properly. So we will bring that diagram up for you guys to see. And the whole point of this is to hit the cue ball with just enough speed to come forward and make contact with the 4 ball. All right. With just enough speed so that, again, the quarter slides off the 12 ball into the shot glass, and then the 12 ball comes up, bumps the 13, and settles down on top of the shot glass. Now, that sounds pretty easy, but when you get into trying to execute it, it's a very touchy shot. All right. It's all about the speed. If you get the speed wrong, it won't work. The quarter won't go into the shot glass, or the quarter will slide off to one side or the other, or the 12 ball will fall off and the quarter will just drop straight down. All right. So you got to hit it with the correct speed on this. And this is fantastic because it's a great exercise in getting you used to slow rolling or shooting really soft shots for shots like defenses, safeties, hooking your opponent when you need to. This is a great exercise for that. Another one which is also pretty simple, I think I've talked to you guys about it before, where you just put an object ball on the table where the 4 ball is on this, and put the quarter on top of the 4 ball, and then hit that with just the right amount of speed so the quarter rolls off and lands within a 2-inch circle of the foot spot. If you hit it too fast or too hard, then the quarter's just going to drop straight down onto the foot spot, and that's not what you want. Okay, you want that quarter to roll with the object ball and land within a 2-inch circle around that foot spot. Too hard, drop straight down. Too soft, it doesn't come off, or it comes off in a weird way. But both of these are great for speed control, for learning how to shoot the shot really soft. So that's why I'm including this in there, because that's great for learning your defenses. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and give this a watch so you can actually see it being performed and see what actually happens. And there you have it, the buried treasure shot. Watch and watch it so you can see the quarter go in the shot glass, and then watch the 12 ball settle down. There we go. It happens really, really fast, but as you can see, right, the quarter is in the shot glass and the 12 ball is on top of the shot glass, aka the buried treasure shot. And that's the shot for this week, guys. Super simple, not so simple to set up, but simple in its execution. Not the easiest thing. You will probably take a few times to get this shot right and make it happen. But once you do, you'll have a nice feel for how to pull off a good defense or a good safety shot. So with that said, guys, if you like what you see, Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell so you see when the next video comes up. All right. So that's it for this week. You guys have a great one. Have a happy new year, and we will see you next week.